Hi everyone, welcome back. We're about to voice our opinions and listen to yours. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Anton.
And we are student voice at Hull College. We're joined again by Alice.
Hi.
For this episode, we're going to be doing something a bit different. In the last episode, in the end, we had a bit of a go on the new feature, the wheel.
The wheel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have brought you the wheel. Now, we don't have a physical object of it, but we do have an electronic version of it. And on this very, very special wheel, we have a list of questions and topics and just, hot takes.
So the reason we're doing it today is basically get the viewers to know us a bit more through the random questions that we're going to be.
It is the wheel.
Yeah, through the random questions that's going to be asked. If you have any random questions, you can comment them on the YouTube or the Instagram.
Yeah, get in touch with us through YouTube, Instagram, or if any of you are directly at Hull College, get in touch with us in person or through email.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing this every week. Obviously not as much, but we're going to doing maybe one or two questions at the end of each episode.
Yeah.
To get it a bit changed from the full college
experience.
topic.
Yeah. We just thought it would be good to mix things up a little because sometimes, obviously, conversations, they can be quite in-depth and like heavily sort of like focused. But what we want is to like bring a bit of, whether it's comedy or what, but just like a random...
Or just general banter.
Or just general conversations and just sort of see what comes out of it because it'll be interesting to see what we all have to say.
So, Charlotte, if you don't mind, press the wheel and let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, first question.
Plans for the coronation day.
Oh,
yeah, very
wow.
fitting.
That is fitting. Well, I guess, but by the time this goes out, it'll be the week after. So.
Yeah.
True.
However, I guess it's still sort of topical. I didn't really know what I was going to be doing. I was probably going to be watching it, so I would have had it on TV. But my mum and her husband, they've been invited to their friend's house because they're having like quote unquote garden party.
Proper fancy.
But I think it's basically just a barbecue, and we're going to watch the coronation and then have some food after. That's my plan.
Anton?
Well, my plan, I was kind of thinking about this for a long time yesterday and before yesterday. What am I going to be doing on Coronation Day? Well, I'm going to be doing, to be fair, kind of the same thing I do every week. I mean, so essentially I'm just going to, have my early morning routines as always. Wake up, brush my teeth, eat my breakfast, then get out of bed, head to my gym. Don't know, I'll probably have is it going to be live streamed? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'll just switch it on my television and just see how the entire thing goes, really. Well, if anything, obviously it is like for our entire nation, it's a very, very significant moment, especially for Charles, obviously, since he's going to be, this is probably...
It's been a long time coming.
But yeah, I'm sure he's been looking forward to this day for a long time. So yeah, I'll have it just playing in the background. I'll have me fish and chips near me, just to make it a bit more traditional. Maybe even have some tea. I'm usually like a milk person or just room temperature water. But for this, I think I'll make an exception. I will have tea with my fish and chips with 3 cubes of sugar. 3 specifically. 1 is boring. 2 just puts me on edge, and 3 is just crazy.
Charlotte, what about you?
And how many sugar cubes?
No, not plans for the coronation. It'll probably be on in the background in my house. I'll probably just be playing video games.
Video games.
And which console?
Yeah, sort of side mini thing.
Yeah, that's a side question.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Or PC?
Xbox.
Nice. I'm Xbox too.
Heresy.
I'm an Xbox too.
Well, I'm a PlayStation fanboy all the way. I'm just loyal to it. So, Charlotte,
if I could have both, I'd have both. But I've just always had Xbox.
Yeah, I've always had it. I'm like upgraded.
What games on it like? I'm assuming Halo, because it's like the flagship for the Xbox.
I just do story mode and go through the actual game. And
the single campaign experience.
Yeah. That's me. Either easy or normal mode. I'm here for the story, and I want to, Fable. I used to
Now, Fable is a good game series. Shame what happened to it.
And then Assassin's Creed, love that.
Oh, Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed! Fantastic, especially the Ezio trilogy.
Yeah.
Marvelous storytelling. Marvelous.
Exactly. And basically any or every zombie game I can get my hand on because I love all of that stuff.
Well, what's there not to love?
Yeah, just the scary thing for me is that are they going to be running or are they walking? Because
Oh.
if they're walking, I can handle it. I feel like I'm all right.
I mean, essentially,
No chance with
it's just,
runners.
when it comes to zombies, essentially, it boils down to like two variants. Either they're the slow Walking Dead type, or they're the fast runners.
Yeah, from like 28 days later.
Those zombies, man, they're fast. But yeah, when it comes to like video games, for me per se, I'm again like Alice. I'm more of a single player type of experience. So we're talking about like games like Ezio, well specifically the Ezio Trilogy Collection, fantastic games. Then it's games like your average Call of Duties. But so far, my favorite game has to be Doom Eternal. Now that,
okay.
now
Yeah,
that is
I've
an
come across
amazing, that is an amazing game. Other than being one of those lovers of like old school shooters, so we're talking about like not necessarily 8-bit graphics, but like 90s graphics. Like we're talking about like the original Doom, Duke Nukem, all that good stuff. I love it. But with the Doom Eternal game, just there's so many things to love about it, other than just the glory kills. Like again, it's like one of those games where every single weapon serves a very specific purpose. Every enemy has a strategy that you can use to defeat them. They all have weak points, and although when you watch the gameplay, it looks like just a very highly organized, chaotic mess, there is strategy in it. And it's kind of like one of those very few games that can put you in like this mental phase where you just enter this. I don't even know how to even describe it. It's like you're going into this like mental phase where you're just hyper aware, hyper concentrated. The process where you just make thoughts is just quicker and quicker because you constantly have to adapt your strategy in every literal second. So yeah, just an amazing game. You kill demons, end of story.
Yeah, on that note, I think we should.
Yeah, let's get another.
Let's get another one.
Ooh,
Drum roll,
what is it?
please.
But the rest of them are more funny questions. Last memorable film you watched?
Ooh.
So the last memorable film that I watched was The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. And he basically, it came out about Christmas time, so you might have seen it on TV, but it's all sort of like watercoloring, like hand drawn, like with ink pen and everything, and it obviously follows the story of like this boy and he's lost and he makes friends with a mole and all these other animals, but the whole like story it's all about friendship, and every line almost it's just there to sort of like really make you feel better and nice and like reflect and just. But what we loved about that film, obviously, because I watched it with my friend and it was really nice. But afterwards, we saw there was a documentary, so we watched a documentary of like how they made it and everything straight after. Like we found out loads more about this, the Charlie Mackesy, and he's an artist and he just obviously does all of this artwork and he shares a lot of his stuff on Instagram and stuff. But over lockdown and everything, and just like over the last like few years, it's just like absolutely the interest in his work had just loads of interest, and so he was just putting like all these like really lovely sort of messages and stories, and like people would look and like wait to like see what he was putting on next. But yeah, so he obviously got to the point and he had all of this art, and someone was like, oh, you should put it into a book. And so he did that, and then the book ended up becoming #1 bestseller, and it was on like Oprah's show and everything. And like, you know what I mean? I feel like if you get onto Oprah, you've made it. I don't know how anyone else manages like success or anything, but like
You gotta go on Oprah.
when he was like, yeah, my book was on Oprah, I was like, whoa, I need this book. So I have the book now. But yeah, and then from the book, obviously, it was then turned into a film, but lovely. I'm probably not even doing it justice, but it was really lovely. There was like some lines from the book. What do you think success is? Asked the boy. To love, said the mole. And then another one, everyone is a bit scared, said the horse. But we're less scared when we're together. Oh.
Oh, the feels.
Yeah. Do you
The
know what I mean?
feels.
So, at first, like when I was watching it, I was just like, I wasn't embracing it, and I actually got into watching the film, and I was like, you know what, this is lovely. And then hearing like the artist and him talking about everything, see, he just seems like a really like down to earth and like genuine guy. So I don't know, I'm like completely sold.
It's
So,
just the feels. The feels.
So yeah, sorry, went on a bit of a rant. I'm gonna have to tell my friends who listen to the podcast episode.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
hey, I talk about the time that we watched that film. Charlotte, what about you?
When we was off for Easter, I went on a bit of a movie marathon and I watched all the Pirates in the Caribbean.
Nice.
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 And I think before that, I went on another movie marathon and I watched all the Harry Potters like a few months ago.
Nice, I did that a while ago.
I've been wanting to watch both of the series for a while, and I finally found the time to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But Pirates of the Caribbean are a bit better. I mean, it's pirates. Jack Sparrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
The captain.
Do you know what is great? Could be controversial.
What?
Twilight. Is anyone into Twilight? I love Twilight.
I've seen the
I've
reviews. It's not my cup of tea. Could have been better.
yeah, I've watched them.
You've watched them.
Yeah,
Full
it's
stop.
not bad actually.
The last memorable film I watched was a comedy film. I think it's from the 80s/90s called King Ralph. Now, quick story summary. Basically, royal family electrocution by accident. Faulty wiring equipment. They were doing this little photo shoot then. So basically, then all the king's men and all the king's horsemen, yada yada yada. Basically, a bunch of.
He said yada yada.
So essentially, all the high-ranking members of the government and all that stuff. So they basically create this team to find the last royal heir to the monarchy. And so basically, they found the last living member, an American, and he lives in Las Vegas. So again, this last living member of
It
the
sounds familiar.
well, I don't know if you watched, but basically they find this guy and he's working on the piano and stuff, and then they tell him that bro, you are the king of England, and then he's like, wait, what? King of England? No, I don't know.
John Goodman.
Yeah, I think it was John Goodman. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have anything else to add. I'm just...
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's just again, the entire film is just hilarious, and what I find good about it is that they managed to find a way to make almost practically every scene enjoyable and funny without it being forced. Essentially, the writing team did a very good job with the comedy and just with King Ralph himself. I mean. It also on this funny and more serious side of things, it kind of makes you appreciate the heritage and the traditions of England, the monarchy and how that's connected with everything. I mean, on one side it's a fantastic, funny film. I mean, and it also has very good moral lessons at the very end, but it's just it's one of those films that's worth watching with the entire family. It's fun, great characters, great story, great morals, just an amazing, fantastic film. And funny.
Well, to be fair, on the subject of that, I feel like this is a bit of a follow-up really, but what's everyone's favourite film, of all time? I mean, sometimes I know it's hard to pinpoint one, but
that's
sometimes you have
hard.
a couple. But is there one in particular that you think, oh yeah,
I mean,
I've watched that 25 times?
I mean, could we go for top 3 minimum?
You can do, or you can just one of the top 3. It doesn't have to be the top place, but just one of.
Okay, well, if I had to say what was my all-time favorite films, it would either have to be Scarface, Gladiator,
good.
or just any of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight films. Any of them.
Wow, yeah. So all quite violent, to be fair. Though.
I mean,
options.
have an inspirational story. I mean, if you had to choose, if you had to find the most morally appealing lesson in the film, is that you can achieve whatever you want. But yeah, then there's Gladiator, which is just amazing.
That was my dad's favorite.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Everything about it, the music, the story writing, the conflict, everything is amazing. Even has a couple of good catchphrases from it. Are you not entertained? When the main hero was in the arena pit. Are you not entertained? I am General Marcus Aurelius, and I will have my revenge. And then Commodus was just standing there. Fantastic film.
Charlotte, what about you?
Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nah,
Pirates of the
it
Caribbean.
probably won't be.
Well, for me, favourites. I don't hold on to favourites for very long. It's more like the favourite of the week, favourite of the month.
What's the film of the month then?
For this short month that we just lived through. 5
Well,
days
yeah,
in.
it would have been last month now. I don't know, probably of Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anton was right.
Oh no, I didn't
don't
want
know.
Anton to be right. No, I'm
Which
joking.
film was specifically your favourite? Like, you had...
Oh, which one?
Oh,
Yeah, which one?
Let's go.
I mean, there's 5 of them in total.
Yeah.
I like the one where they're on the boat and like
I mean, that's...
You mean all of them?
Do you have any idea how much
Okay.
that narrows it down? They were on a boat. Pirates.
stop it. You're all being mean. You know, I meant.
Sorry,
I
go on.
meant. You know. That was so bad.
I like the one when we're on the boat.
You know the one with the pirates in?
Okay, I meant.
Okay,
I
yeah.
meant the one where yes, they're on the boat, but then they're underwater and there's like Davy Jones.
Oh,
Yeah, Dead
And-
Man's Chest and at
Yeah,
World's
Dead Man's
End.
Chest.
Yeah.
That one. So if you'd have let me finish my sentence, we'd have got there. But yeah. And then like I forgot what Keira Knightley's boyfriend's called. What's he called? Will.
Yeah, Will.
Will Turner, yeah.
Will Turner, yeah.
Turner's dad's in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one. You know which one I mean.
Yeah.
But
That-
wait,
the
that's
person-
my favourite.
Oh, I've changed my mind.
but wait, hang on a
I've
minute.
changed my
Wait,
mind about
before we
my favourite
continue,
film.
it's just, but Alice, it wasn't a boat. It was a ship.
Oh,
Well,
Like-
well,
I'm
I mean,
I'm sorry.
a boat
I'm sorry.
cannot carry a ship. A ship can carry a boat. I mean,
to our
Okay.
5 listeners at home, I'm sorry if you're offended by this. If you are offended, please feel free to contact us through our social media channels.
yeah. No, right.
okay,
I've
Miss
changed
Charlotte,
my mind.
continue.
Well, first of all, my favourite of the Pirates of the Caribbean is actually the first one.
The Curse of the Black Pearl, was it called?
Yeah.
Curse the Black Bird.
The main enemies were literally skeleton pirates. I mean, that's just as
Oh, really?
pirate fantasy as you can get. Skeletons.
Yeah.
I'm
and then-
staying quite quiet now because I've made a fool of myself.
Yeah, no, I've changed my mind. No, I've changed my mind now because you mentioned Will Turner's dad. He's played by the one from Mamma Mia. So I've changed my mind. Now Mamma
That's his
Mia is
last
my
name.
favourite movie.
Oh, Mamma
Yeah.
Mia, yeah.
I could watch that every day. But do you know what? Right, sad.
You're gonna watch it
sad-
tonight?
No, I might actually, no. But sad question. Which one's better, first or second?
Oh, it has to be the first one.
I say second.
Interesting. Yeah. Second one was good, but it just didn't have enough Meryl Streep for me.
No,
I need Meryl Streep.
yeah.
Meryl Streep. Full stop. I don't even have to say anything else. Meryl Streep.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
you win, yeah.
Okay, so for me, one of my favourite films. I've got like quite a few, but it's like it's really obscure, so like no one will probably seen it. But it's a film called Pontypool, and it's sort of like it's a hybrid between like a zombie film, but not quite. But the reason why I like it so much, obviously that.
Zombies, of
But
course.
the whole film is set in this radio station, and they're just there, like, in like the recording booth, and so it sort of reminds me of like podcasting.
Ah.
But like they're there, and like there's like obviously people like in the control room. They're sort of like talking. They're like, "What's going on?" And they start getting these calls through, and the people, and they're just like, "Something's going on outside," like like, and they're getting all these like weird, like nothing's making sense, and they're like trying to piece together from like these news reports and like bits that people are saying, and they just like don't really know, but there's been some sort of outbreak and the whole town's been quarantined, and it just sort of builds and builds. But as well, what I also love about it is they like get to the point where this infection is being spread, and it's like turning people into like these sort of angry sort of zombie-like people. But it's not like being transmitted through a bite like how it normally is. How it is being translated through is through the English language. And so,
Whoa. Twist.
plot twist. And so
A
then...
vocal cord parasite.
Yeah.
No one can speak English.
Yeah, and so they then realise that they have to try and like speak a different language or just stuff, because it's when you understand the word, understanding, the actual act of understanding, that just does something. Yeah, and so
That's actually a fantastic concept.
It's on Amazon Prime. Watch it.
Oh, I might actually.
And then, you know, this actually reminds me like one of the games I play on my PlayStation called Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. And there's also a very similar theme there, also with the language, because in that game, like, the main baddies, like, the main bad guy called Skullface, he basically, somewhere in Africa, he finds, like, this, like, ancient, like literally a vocal cord parasite. It's a complex story, but basically, he finds a way to essentially weaponize an ancient parasite, which, according to the game's lore, actually gave humans the ability to speak, but he found a way to weaponize it and essentially attack specific groups of people. So if anything, film sounds interesting, really.
Yes.
Yeah, so in conclusion, Charlotte likes Pirates of the Caribbean. I like drinking tea with 3 sugar cubes. And Alice is very into, like, very niche films, essentially. Very artsy thing.
Anything with zombies.
Anything with zombies, obviously.
Sold.
And Twilight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And I know we're finishing up the episode, but you know they're rebooting the Twilight series. Has anyone else heard that? Yeah,
I have not.
I have not.
And it's like actually happening.
It is happening, guys. It's happening.
Yeah. Although,
it's happening.
You know, don't really agree in like all these reboots though. Just the original, it had a lot of flaws, but that's why we like it. It's funny to watch. It's funny. I don't want to see like a new one, but I'll watch it all anyway. So, yeah, sorry. Just put that over.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's all we have for today, everybody. Remember, like and subscribe. And remember, if you want to be our guest, please contact us through Instagram on the Student Voice Podcast. Thank you for listening. And remember, join us next time, next week. Till then, goodbye.